ultimately our approach to manage risk is to start things small, and by only staking what is a capital gain off our reserve means that we're not putting any money that would have gone to an organization at risk. We're effectively, playing with the capital gain more than any operational revenue. So the risk profile of what we're approaching is small. The other tool we use to mitigate risk is to work with excellent partners. So we work with smart people who are leaders in new technologies like yourself, and we also are very, very clear that with the organizations that we support, we make sure we understand and sense check all the due diligence processes involved. So our rewards are being staked towards UNICEF. We have a significant partnership with UNICEF in the foundation anyway, so we're very, very confident that within their processes, that's an organization that presents no risk to us. This is a fairly easy area to understand. Staking is not particularly complicated, and it's something where doing your own research can yield a significant amount of data around whether or not this is right for your organization. I think most charities, particularly ones looking at spaces like this, will have their own investment policies. And so, generally the first port of call would be to speak to people you already work with, so investment advisors and banks, etc., most of whom are geared up towards digital assets and can offer valuable insights in this space. We're always very, very eager and willing to have conversations. So if anyone's thinking about this, obviously sharing these videos, and beyond that, we're very happy to have conversations with people as they explore. But yeah, it's something that we want to build a body of knowledge around, because there isn't a massive amount in the public domain about this type of technology. And we, part of this conversation and part of us exploring this as a mechanism is to change that, is to start coming up with that body of knowledge that we think doesn't exist yet. Every organization that takes its corporate responsibility seriously has something of a moral responsibility to explore all the mechanisms out there to generate return for charitable causes. And so while this is a logical one for GSR and the GSR Foundation, given our focus on crypto in the core business and in the foundation, I think it's important that, given the scope of the problems that we have to solve in the world, that conversations that perhaps typically wouldn't happen around things like collaboration and innovation are more important now than they ever have been. One of our core learnings across the setup of the GSR Foundation is that innovation in crypto tends to happen at the fringes in the non-profit space. The very large charities with big budgets and big teams are able to innovate because they have the capacity to do so. And very, very small startups that are starting with sort of crypto native roots are doing really interesting work innovating around this. However, the bulk of the charities exist in the middle. And as someone who's led small and medium-sized charities for most of my career, often leaders of those charities are just trying to keep the lights on and keep people employed. They're not thinking about meaningful innovation. And so one of the things I think is imperative is that organizations with the bandwidth and the expertise to explore new technologies like this do so, and that they make what they find public and available to people, so that everyone can benefit from the changes in technology that we're just starting to see now. Great question. And obviously, as you know, where volatility is a present part of the market that we work in, the flexibility that being able to reclaim capital affords us is really important. And where disaster strikes, where long-term sort of funding needs change, the ability to be flexible with capital and how we deploy it is really important. And obviously our view is that we would keep growing our staking pool, but the ability to redeploy that within other organizations, particularly as needs change and as the statutory funding landscape evolves. Obviously, it won't be news to any charity people watching this that government money from global governments is way down right now, and lots of the organizations that we work with are facing a really uncertain future. So the ability to be flexible and redeploy it is really, really important. And I think it's something that will form an important part of our learning as we start to understand this technology more.